Hey there guys, PortalMaster9351 here, and in today's video I want to talk a little bit about a topic that I know has been on a lot of people's minds recently, and that is whether or not Skylanders Academy Season 4 is actually happening. Now, before we get into this, I should go ahead and open with we don't have a clue whether or not Skylanders Academy Season 4 is happening or not. There's no confirmation either way. But with that being said, there's a good bit of evidence for both sides of the argument, and I want to talk about that a little bit in this video. Mainly going to be presenting the evidence that we have so far as Season 4 is concerned. So let's get into this. Now, see, here's the thing. We actually have more evidence of a Season 4 than we do of there not being a Season 4. The biggest piece of evidence that we have that there is not going to be a Season 4 is actually basically just the fact that they have not confirmed Season 4 yet, whereas in previous years, by now, they would have confirmed another season. That's actually the biggest evidence that there's not going to be another season. That, and again, this video is going to have spoilers, should probably throw that out there, so if you're going to be spoiled by this, click away. But in 3, 2, 1, going to reveal a spoiler. Yeah, based on the ending of Skylanders Academy, they could end it because, well, they wrapped up the franchise pretty well with making Cassandra the new leader. They literally killed off Eon, or banished him to another dimension at the very least, and now Spyro is literally gone from the Academy and wrote Skylanders Forever in big giant lettering, giant picturesque way to end the series. However, they also left a lot of open endings at the end of Season 3, which is what I was saying in my spoiler discussion video talking about all of Season 3, is that they left a lot of ways that they could continue the series if they really wanted to. Now, if we ignore the story, because just trying to go off the story as to whether or not there's going to be another season is pretty foolish, because even if, I mean, there have been plenty of TV shows where they plan for another season, the writers do, but they don't actually get another season. So let's talk about the stuff outside of Season 3 that'll actually be about whether or not we get a Season 4. Now, what you gotta understand is that the first and foremost decision that this comes down to is absolutely Netflix. Netflix is the company between Activision and Netflix that gets to say, we want a Season 4. If Netflix doesn't even want a Season 4, it doesn't matter what Activision wants, because Netflix needs to be on board with a Season 4 for that to happen. And even if Netflix is on board for a Season 4, then Activision has to be. Now, here's the thing. Activision is a company. They want to make money. With Skylanders Ring of Heroes still being a thing that's coming out later this year, going to continue on for who knows how long, it would be in Activision's best interest to make another season of Academy to further promote the game. Plus, you also have Spyro. With Spyro and Crash Bandicoot both being characters that now have their own games again, the series serves as a purpose to not only help continue to promote Skylanders Ring of Heroes, but also Spyro and Crash in their own respective franchises. It is a double whammy. Not only does the franchise Skylanders Academy itself make money, but it also promotes their other franchises. So Activision has absolutely no reason to not continue on with Skylanders Academy. So with that in mind, it really comes down to Netflix. Now, how does Netflix decide if it wants more episodes of a season or not? It's pretty simple. Was the previous season good? Did it attract new viewers? And is it something we can make money off of? Netflix makes their money by gaining Netflix subscriptions. And they do that, they gain Netflix subscriptions by getting good shows on their platform. That's literally how Netflix makes money. Now Netflix, if they think they can make money off of another season of Academy, are absolutely going to ask Activision to make another season. Whether or not Activision accepts is up in the air, but more than likely they would accept for the reasons I've already stated. So really it comes down again, like I just said, to Netflix. Well, how are we going to know if Netflix wants another season or not? That's going to come down to how Season 3 actually ends up being received by critics and fans alike. Now currently Skylanders Academy is actually trending, to my understanding, on the kids section on Netflix, meaning it's probably doing pretty well. Is it doing well enough to warrant another season? I can't answer that question, unfortunately. Now, many months ago, this video that I put out back in February has been seeing a lot of views. It got like 4,000 views when I first put it out, and in the past month it's gotten another 4,000 views because people are curious about this. There it was stated, Eric Rogers said that he had not been called back for Season 4 yet, and that he didn't know the status of Season 4 for the simple fact that he hadn't been called back to work on Season 4 yet. Here's the thing. That tweet that he put out is no longer even relevant to whether or not Skylanders Academy is getting Season 4, because Eric Rogers is no longer the showrunner of Skylanders Academy. So if he wasn't called back for Season 4, that makes sense. He didn't even work on Season 3. He passed it off to Clayton and Ian, the current showrunners. He wouldn't know a thing about Season 4. So, with that in mind, everything we thought we knew that Eric Rogers had stated about the future of the series is completely invalid. Eric Rogers has nothing to do with Skylanders Academy anymore. So with that in mind, it doesn't even matter that months ago he hadn't been called back to work on Season 4. That would be Clayton and Ian, the new showrunners. Now here's the thing. Before the Season 3 came out, there were a lot of tweets that heavily foreshadowed there actually being a Season 4. There were quite a lot, actually, talking about future seasons, them saying that they would have an announcement out soon, or stay tuned, rather, for an announcement about Season 4. That's the thing. There were a lot of references to Season 4. Now, the tweets weren't exactly all straightforward. A lot of them were actually lies, in a way, and that's kind of a story on its own. But the point is that Season 4 is still really up in the air. And we don't know. But, based on the fact that the season specifically, is doing well on Netflix, and Activision could use Skylanders Academy as a platform to promote not just Skylanders, but Crash and Spyro, it makes sense that they would want to continue it as well. And if Netflix and Activision both want to continue the franchise, and Clayton and Ian, the current showrunners, are on board to write another season of Academy, I absolutely, definitely think there will be a Season 4. The question is it doing well enough? And only time will tell whether or not Season 3 did well enough to actually do that. But considering the fact that we changed off showrunners, it does change things a bit from the last time I made a video on this. But I think the fact that they left it up in the air that there could be a Season 4 or not with the ending of the writing shows that the writers do want to continue the story. But there's a question of how will they do that? Would they bring Spyro back to the Academy, not focus on him trying to find his ancestors? Would they have an entire season without Spyro? That's a video I've got coming up. So yeah, the future of the franchise for Skylanders Academy is up in the air. We don't really know. I personally think that the odds are that the show did well enough to warrant a Season 4, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, with that in mind, tell me down in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think that there will be a Skylanders Academy Season 4? Do you think that this season, that the series is just going to end with Season 3? Let me know that down in the comments below. Anyways though, that is all I have for you guys today. This has been Portal Master 9351. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my patrons on Patreon, especially Liam Corner, The Collector Creepypasta, and Portal Power TV. That's all for now. See you guys next time.